What's up guys? My name is Julia and today we're doing another sit down video. I have not done this in a couple months, I feel like. Yeah, Halloween. But anyways, so as you know, it's the end of the year, so I've been thinking like of this video all year. I feel like I discovered a lot of music this year. Like I definitely went out of my comfort zone with music. I think it was also too because a lot of the artists that I like really like didn't come out with anything new this year. So I wanted to make a video where I pretty much talked about all the like music that I consider the best of 2017. My only kind of note for this video is that I will admit a lot of these songs are, I would say I've kind of discovered this like last half of the year. I couldn't really remember a lot of the things that I liked in the beginning of the year just because like now listening to them I'm like, yeah, this song's okay, but like back in March it was my jam. So I definitely tried to think back as best as I could, but I also didn't want to keep the playlist too long. I made a playlist on Spotify. You can check out that link below if you are interested in any of the songs that I like mentioned throughout here or care about my music taste. I made a playlist on Apple Music just for now and I'm gonna go and shuffle through it, and whatever song pops up I'm gonna like just talk about why I put that song on the list. So here we go. Okay, we're not starting with this song. Alright, so the first song, I don't want to play it because I don't want to get copyright, even though I probably will because I'm definitely going to add some stuff in this video. The first one that came up is a song by the band Coin. I literally just discovered them like 3 weeks ago. They're definitely the newest artist on this playlist that I, like to me, the newest artist that I discovered. The newest to me. Yeah, I have 2 songs of theirs on the playlist. I picked these 2 just because honestly I think they're like musically the most intriguing and I also just really relate to the lyrics. The first one is Talk Too Much and the second one is I Don't Wanna Dance. Okay, so the next one that came up is a song by R5. The band R5 is like the main singer, you probably know. He's from Disney Channel. They came out with an EP over the summer called New Addictions and there's 5 songs on the EP and honestly like they're probably my favorite 5 songs of theirs ever. But I actually really like their new sound. I really like the way that they're going. I put the song Trading Time on the playlist. I think it's my, like if I had to pick a favorite off the EP it'd probably be that one. That's one of the ones I probably would say like check out the entire EP. Okay, I just listen to the lyrics. Truly a lyrical genius. So this song is called Betrayed by Lil Xan. So I knew that when this one came up I was gonna have some explaining to do. So as you'll see like later in this video, because he's on this playlist, I got into Post Malone this semester. I think because of like Post Malone getting big, Lil Peep's death, and Gucci Gang getting big, I feel like SoundCloud rappers became a thing. So this video for a song called Betrayed by someone named Lil Xan came up on my YouTube and it looked aesthetically pleasing, so I watched it and surely enough I fell in love with the song and I'm so mad because like, okay, I'm gonna put a video on. Please watch this video of Lil Xan. This kid is illiterate. That's all I have to say. Just watch this video.
You know, if something doesn't resonate in your head, you just can't do it. Like, I don't know how to tie my shoes. A million people have tried to teach me how to tie my shoes. It just don't resonate in my head. Same with school, so it just never was for me.
The kid doesn't even know how to tie his shoes. He like dropped out, I think, of high school in like 9th grade because he failed gym class because he was lazy. Like, and now he's making all this money making music and I hate that. I like it. Like, I like the music. I'm trying to go to his Cleveland show because it's sold out, right? I couldn't get tickets to it, but I really want to go and I'm so mad at myself for it. So I think I put 2 songs of his on this playlist. The first one being Betrayed and then the next one being Far. A lot of his like older stuff isn't that great, but his newer stuff, like, it's getting progressively better and I'm just angry that I'm the same age as him and I'm making videos in my childhood bedroom. He's making so much money off of this. Oh my god. Oh, this is a good one. This song is called Imaginary Parties by Superfruit. Superfruit is a YouTube channel and it consists of Mitch and Scott from Pentatonics, which like everyone knows Pentatonics, the acapella group. Mitch and Scott have always had this YouTube channel outside of Pentatonics called Superfruit, and now they're starting to make music under the name Superfruit, and it's like not a cappella music, and I really dig it. Their voices together sound so great, you know, in pentatonics, and it's so cool to hear them, like just them two together and like with like actual instruments and not just voices. This music video also is really, really aesthetically pleasing. It's really cool. I would definitely highly recommend go checking that out. I can link that below too, because that's honestly like kind of what got me into the song a little bit, was just like putting that visual to the song, and it just has a really cool beat. But yeah, they have a full-length album out, and I listened to a few songs, but this is definitely by far my favorite, so I think this is the only one I put on the playlist. I put a few songs in here, I think like only like 2 or 3 that are like all-time favorite songs. This one is called The Ballad of Me and My Brain by the 1975. It came out last year, so this isn't like a 2017 song, but then again, like this is just the songs I listened to this year and I really liked this year. This is just one of those songs I will always like crank my speakers up to as loud as I can go, and I'll like scream sing it, because I mean the 1975, I just like, their lyrics are obviously super well done and super poetic, but their like I think musically, like their music is what really gets me, and this song like definitely gets the feels going. If you do listen to the song, I definitely recommend you to like blare it. Okay, so the next one is Strangers by Halsey. This song I picked because I really like Lauren Jareggi from Fifth Harmony, which I'll talk about like all that later, because I think there's a Fifth Harmony song on here. Oops. But I definitely like this song obviously because it like gives off some like great LGBT representation. There's another song, another Halsey song I put on here, Hopeless, which features Cashmere Cat, which is really similar to the 1975 song we were just talking about. They're both like the songs that just musically get me going. Both Hopeless and Strangers are off of her new album that came out in like June, I think it was. It's called Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. At the time I was like starting to like fade out of Halsey, because like I know she has like a lot of negative connotation with like how like alt she is and stuff like that, but like this album, like as a cohesive album, is so good. Like I literally just got chills. It's a really great album. So like I have a few on this playlist where it's like listen to the entire album, and this is one of them. So this is another one that's like an all-time favorite. It's the song Wild by Troye Sivan, more specifically the one featuring Alessia Cara. So he came out with Wild as a single for his debut album Blue Neighborhood. That was like, he came out with Wild in like 2015, and it instantly was like one of my favorite songs. And then he came out with a new version of it with Alessia Cara, and she basically like changes like she takes the second verse and sings it, and it like is different lyrics, and them two together, like if they went on tour together, I would 100% be there. I think their voices mix together so well. So then I found a remix. It's called like Young Bombs remix. Basically what I'm saying is like new versions of this song kept coming out, and it just kept making me like continually listen to the song. It's just one of my all-time favorite songs at this point. Okay, so obviously Kendrick Lamar, everyone knows who he is, and he came out with his new album Damn this year. The only time I ever listened to Kendrick Lamar was when he was featured on Bad Blood with Taylor Swift. But then like Humble blew up and stuff like that, and I had like a friend who was really into him. I gave a few of his songs a chance. Only a few really stuck with me, which the one that was just playing was DNA. I really like that one. If you guys are fans of Liza Koshy, it was the song in her Beats commercial. Another one I think I might have put on the playlist, another one I like is called Love. I don't have it in this playlist, but I'll add it to the Spotify playlist. Okay. Here we go. If you guys watched my video where I tried Musical.ly for the first time, I did this song. This song is actually kind of like what gave me the idea to do that video. It's called Angel by Fifth Harmony. It was like their second single for their new album called Fifth Harmony. Wow, creative. This is their first album where it's just the four of them, because their fifth bandmate, Camila Cabello, obviously went solo. Honestly, I'm living for it. I'm kind of glad Camila left. Not that I had anything against her. I think she's a great singer. I like her new stuff. I liked their old stuff with her, but like I said before, I really like Lauren Jareggi, and I think now that Camila's gone, it gives Lauren more time to shine. So their song Angel, with like any kind of like, you know, like teenage like singing group, obviously they start out like really like wholesome and stuff like that, and then as time progresses their music gets more mature because they get more mature. And I definitely think that this is like the maturest album that they've had, obviously because it's the newest, but it really shows in this song, because I did end up listening to the entire album and there were a few songs that I was like, oh, this kind of seems like old Fifth Harmony, like younger Fifth Harmony. So that's why I think this song resonates with me so much. I don't know, I just really like this song. It's just one of those ones that's like a bop. This song is a Chance the Rapper song, which I started listening to Chance around this time last year. So this is definitely one of the ones I was like trying to like think back to like the beginning of the year. This one is called Finish Line / Drown. This song is like about Chance's faith and religion. If you guys like don't know, he's like super Christian and stuff like that. I think I like this song because you can like hear his passion about it. One of these features like sings in Drown and she does a really good job, and he performed it live when he was on SNL and it was so good. So I'm gonna link that below too. Okay, yeah, this is another song that I started liking in the beginning of the year. Sorry if it got really yellow, the sun went down. I saw Ariana Grande live in February and she like performed her entire album, which I thought was really cool, but it took me a while. Like, do you ever go to a concert and you get into the songs, like you get more into them after the concert? Because this was definitely one of those times where it happened. Like, I kind of like listened to her songs, I liked her, I just really like wanted to see her live, I think. And then I saw her live, was blown away, and then I listened to the album like on repeat for like the next 2 months. So I put the song Bad Decisions on there. It's definitely like my favorite song, but there's no real like musical like reason, it's just a bop. So this is Post Malone. He by far is definitely like the person I got into the most this like past semester. This is another one where it's like the entire album I loved. It's cohesively a great album. He's a really good, like his singing, and I guess it's like rapping, but like, I don't know. The thing about Post Malone I think that I like the most is how he blends genres together. Like, it's not really hip hop, but there's some other element to it, which like, he's from Texas, he loves country music, like older country music, so I think like that kind of genre kind of definitely is influenced in the album. If you guys don't already know, you can see on my wall, I'm a very big 21 Pilots fan. Yeah, I mean, you have to know by my channel by now. Like, the thing about 21 Pilots is how they like blended a lot of like different like instruments and genres together, because he raps but he also plays ukulele, and like there's all these like different like things that they pulled from different genres, and I love that about them. So I think that's why I like Post Malone so much. He pulled from a lot of different genres and like made it into something that was his own, and that's obviously like what makes him super unique. So I put the song Big Lie on there because it's like my jam right now. So I put Big Lie and the hit that like made him famous on SoundCloud, White Iverson. I think that honestly is like his first real song. I put both of them on there because they're just two of my favorites. Okay, so this song is by a guy named William Hinson, who none of you have probably ever heard of. The song is called And Here We Go, and it's off his EP Elevator Music Volume 1, which I found out while I was making the Spotify playlist that he has Elevator Music Volume 2 out now. This guy was my sister's college tour guide whenever we drove through North Carolina on the way home from our vacation, and we decided to just stop at this random university, but he was their tour guide, and like he kept talking about how he was like, yeah, I'm a music tech major, like I produce music and stuff, like all right here using our facilities. So like whatever, I ended up going back to the student center because like I go to college, I don't need to see more. But at the end of it, I guess he was like talking about how like, oh, his music's on iTunes and Spotify and whatnot. So my dad told me, he was like, hey, like this kid has music, you should listen to it, because he knows I like music. I didn't really like think about it, but we were obviously driving back from North Carolina to Pennsylvania, so I had a lot of time to kill, so I was like, whatever. I streamed it and I actually really liked it. This EP has like 5 songs on it and I like all of them actually. Not saying like I was surprised to like them, but I think I was just surprised that like the genre that he makes like was something that I'd be into, just because it was like so coincidental. I chose the song And Here We Go, which is like the first song on the EP. So like I think this kid's really talented. There's so many layers in his song. I definitely think he spent a lot of time on them because I think they're really good. I did not expect to be sitting here in December like still liking the songs just as much as I did in June. Obviously it takes a lot for a song to be able to do that, so I definitely would check this kid out. And plus, like, you're doing a good deed, you're supporting small artists. I think I checked the other day, he has like 770 like monthly listeners on Spotify. So I mean, this kid is small, but I mean, I definitely will be supporting his music throughout his career. I don't think there's anything behind me that you can see. I'm a One Direction fan, or like, I mean I was, and because they're not a thing anymore right now, whatever. I was a huge One Direction fan. As you guys know, they all like split off and did their own stuff, so it was kind of like fun to see like what directions everyone was gonna go. And I very unexpectedly like Louis's music the most. I mean, not that I didn't like Louis in One Direction, but whenever I was predicting what ways everyone would go, I honestly didn't even think Louis was like gonna continue making music, because I know he's very like, doesn't really like the industry a whole lot and stuff like that. So I was like very skeptical of like what way he was gonna go. And when like One Direction was a thing, my favorite member was Liam, and I'm sorry Liam, but I think I like his music the least, just because it's so basic. It reminds me of like, I don't know, it's kind of like Justin Timberlake-y. So I picked a song, Just Like You. It's the first song that he did that had like no features on it, and it literally talks about, you know, just the industry and fame and stuff like that. I think it's very relatable to like his life and just like him as a person. This song is a 1975 song off of their first album. It's self-titled, the 1975. It's on the deluxe version though. It's called So Far, and then parentheses, It's Alright. Their album with like the deluxe stuff is like 30 or 40 songs. It's crazy. So I didn't like really get into all of them until just now. This song is like the one I like most recently discovered, and it's really repetitive, like background, but I think because there's not much going on in the music, it definitely like lets you focus on Maddie's voice, which like I think his voice is so beautiful. Like I said, the musicality side of the 1975 is like what I like the most about them, so of course I love Maddie's voice. This song I did not like expect to like, because I was like, oh, another song about boys, whatever. But like now that I know like more of the background of the song, about how it's like kind of like mocking how we sexualize women, but like we don't with men like in the same way. This song was like my summer jam, and it got me into Charli XCX. She opened for Halsey and I was so excited to see her live. I got into like her entire album actually. Okay, so this is a really, really old 21 Pilots song. It's called Addict with a Pen. It's from their first self-titled album that came out in like 2009. This was like pre-Josh Dunn days. I've listened to the self-titled album like a million times before, but the lyrics on that album are extremely different than the 21 Pilots now. It's super poetic, super deep, kind of religious if you think about it that way. I definitely didn't really resonate the lyrics. Like I couldn't really relate to them until like this year, because I like went through a lot this year. Not to get all sappy, I definitely like really started connecting with this song. So even though it's really old, definitely give it a chance. So this is my favorite song off of Taylor Swift's new album, Reputation. I don't know if you've heard of it. Dancing with Our Hands Tied is definitely the best bop out of the whole album. I'm kind of surprised she didn't make this her like single whenever the album came out. Instead she chose Endgame, which I think she only did that because like Ed Sheeran and Future are on it. Like this one is definitely like, it's definitely really good. Like I cannot wait to see that song live. Okay, so this is another 21 Pilots one. Last December they came out with a 5-song EP where it was like remakes of their songs. So it was like the band Mute Math. They like opened for them a few summers ago. They went into the studio with 21 Pilots, so there was like 7 guys in the studio, and they like redid 5 of Pilot's songs. It kind of like put like Mute Math's twist on it a little bit. So I chose Heavy Dirty Soul off the album. It's definitely the one that they didn't change the most. Like Heavy Dirty Soul they barely did anything with, but I like it so much because if you've ever been to a Pilots concert, they open with Heavy Dirty Soul, and then like when he like screams and then when he falls and stuff, like, oh, it gets you going. It's just like, that's like, it's amazing. Pilots concerts are hands down the best concert you will ever go to. I like this one so much because it reminds me of like Heavy Dirty Soul live, because like these are recorded live in the studio, and he screams in this version compared to the recorded like studio like recorded version, which like I don't know why he didn't. He really didn't scream a lot on Blurry Face compared to Vessel. Okay, this is just like a funny bit. YouTubers have been putting out songs for a few years now, and like everyone always kind of rolls their eyes when they do that, because half the time they're not gonna be like on the radio, but they're fun songs. They're fun to listen to. Tana Mojo decided to start making music, and she came out with a song called Hefner. It's funny. Like, it's a funny song. Like, I started listening to it as a joke, but like I kept it on my playlist and I started liking it and I started learning the words, and I was like it's actually a good beat. Like, I mean, she's a little off rhythmically, but like whoever she's paying to write her music, they're doing a pretty good job. All right, so we're getting close to the end. This song It's called Paracetamol. I have no idea what that means, but it's by a guy named Declan McKenna. He's like 18 or 19 years old and he's British. He did a cover of a Beyonce song and I saw it like come up on my YouTube and I was like, oh, this kid's really good. So I told my friend who loves Beyonce about him and he was like, oh, he actually has like a whole album, like go listen to it. So I did. This is another one where it's like cohesively the entire album I really enjoyed. I think I put another song on there of his, Humongous. Humongous is like the first song of the album, kind of kicks it off. Both the ones I chose are slower songs, but I would definitely check out his other music because he does have like some other good stuff that isn't as slow. He's one of those people where like the lyrics are really well and like it's kind of like aesthetic music. It's very vibe-ish. Last but not least, this funny like just like meme looking video came up on my YouTube. It was like trying all of my synths like sounds and like beats only playing Africa by Toto. I watched that video probably at least like once a day. Like this kid is just so funny. He doesn't post like a whole lot, but when he does, it's so funny. It became a joke, if anything, just the video itself. So I had to put that song on there. Definitely sums up my ear. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to listen to any of the songs that I talked about, I'm gonna put the Spotify playlist down in the description box below. Thank you for watching this, and if you liked any of these songs, please like the video and please subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.